Hey everyone, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2024 Ford F-250 Super Duty, we're going to be checking out the CURT Goose Ball Kit for trucks that have the OEM prep package. So it's pretty convenient nowadays. A lot of these late model trucks are coming with these prep packages, which makes setting up a goose ball kit like this one, or even a fifth wheel for that matter, really easy because they just drop right into place and you're good to go. This particular kit is going to work with trucks that have a long bed or a short bed like ours does today. So you're in good shape there. And if your truck, isn't equipped with this prep package, not a big deal. There's plenty of other underbed hitch kits available that will work. Bolt them up and allow you to pull that gooseneck or that fifth wheel trailer around. One of the things that separates this kit from a lot of the others is the weight capacity. It's going to be 38,000 pounds, which is pretty high. So if you're someone who has extremely heavy equipment or just looking for something that's overbuilt, have a little overkill, never going to hurt anything, this might be the solution for you. With that said, it's going to have a 2 5/16 ball diameter, which is pretty much a standard across the board for those gooseneck trailers, so shouldn't really run into too many issues there. The way that you operate this is really simple. If you want to remove the ball, you have this little lever there. You flip it up, rotate it about a quarter turn. That'll allow you to pull it out. It brings those balls in when it's in that position, and you just do the opposite to reinstall it. So a really solid design. There's no way this is going to come disengaged, especially with the trailer sitting on top of it. One thing that comes to my mind, which it could be true, it's just a thought, is I could potentially see over time, if you get a bunch of grease and stuff caked up in here, or you leave this in for long periods of time, it might eventually be hard to take out because you just don't have a whole lot to grab there and turn that, not a ton of leverage. So if it were me, if I wasn't using this, I'd probably get it removed and keep it out of the weather and try to keep it somewhat clean. Probably prolong the ease of use. And just to compare this one to another one, here's a Reese kit, and it works really similar. This mechanism here, you just grab it, rotate it like that. Does the same thing. So again, a really solid design. There's no way that's going to come undone when you have a trailer on there. And then there's another kit. Unfortunately, I don't have this one on hand, but I've had quite a bit of experience with them. There's a B&W kit, and that's probably my favorite if I'm being honest. That one has a big handle that you would grab, right? You can drop it in. That handle locks down. Really solid. You got a bunch of leverage if you did leave it in for a while. You probably pop it out a little bit easier, and you don't have to mess with the ball either. Eventually these get dirty and get stuff all over your hands and whatnot. That's just not the case with the B&W since you got that big handle to work with. As far as the safety chain openings go, these things are super stout, really thick, and you have pretty large openings there. So in the event of an unlikely disconnect, I'd feel good about these, keeping everything connected and things like that. With that said though, since they are so stout, you need to pay attention to what size hook you have on your trailer, if you end up going with this kit, of course. So to give you an example, this one's labeled 5/16. It's a little on the small side for most applications, but some of you might have a setup like this. And with a hook of this size, it'll go on, right? But I'm not even going to bother to snap in place because if I do, it's a huge pain to try to get it undone from there. So something I definitely thought was worth mentioning. If you end up going with this, check the hooks. And if you need to go up to a bigger size, we carry a ton of them right here at eTrailer. But the way this one works, you got a couple extra parts and pieces to get this out and to put it back in. You just have a pin, you can pull that, pull this one up, rotate it, and it lifts out of place. So pretty solid design, but you got a couple parts and pieces to keep track of. As to where, say, the Reese one, everything's kind of integrated in there, rotated in, and it locks down like that, so you don't have to keep track of stuff. And these are a little bit thinner, you know, so you can get away with using a little bit smaller size hook on there. I'd still probably end up changing out to a bigger one. It's still a little tight, but a lot more manageable than the CURT. And the B&W one that I mentioned are pretty similar to these. Everything's integrated. You can get away with the smaller hooks and you know, pretty much work the same exact way. You do get a couple of extras with this kit. So I give you this carrying case, which is pretty nice actually. Everything's molded for the parts. Almost reminds you of a drill case. So that way when you're not using it, put it all in here, keep it organized and clean and ready to use the next time you need to hook up your gooseneck trailer. And they give you a plug, rubber plug too, for the opening there for the goose ball. So if you end up, you know, misplacing the factory one, or sometimes those are kind of a pain to get in and out, at least you'd have this one as a good backup. It's a kit you really can't go wrong with. You know, CURT's been around for a long time. A lot of people know their name, and there's a reason for it. And that's because they make good stuff that works and actually gets the job done. But with that said, I think that'll finish up our look at of the CURT Goose Ball system for trucks that have the OEM prep package on our 2024 Ford F-250 Super Duty.